Hi, Daisy Kitty. What? You do? It's good to see you, Daisy. Say hi to everyone at Soapy Oaks. I mean on YouTube. We're at Soapy Oaks. What a good girl you are. This is what you do when you can't go anywhere because of a virus. You stay at home and love your babies. Okay, let's move on. Hi everyone, welcome to the farm. I'm really glad you could make it today. I'm remaking, I should say, my 100% coconut oil and coconut milk soap. And this is a very simple one. There's not a whole lot to it. Normally I wouldn't even put this in a video because there's so little to this one. I don't add any colorant to it. The only other thing I'll be adding is lemongrass. This is a very popular recipe of mine, and so I'm remaking it. I haven't had a chance recently to make soap, and I've really been wanting to. I've just missed talking to you all and hearing from you, and it's just been really hectic, and I know all of us right now are dealing with some very hectic things, aren't we? So I thought, why not do something a little relaxing and staid? So right now I'm just mixing my coconut milk into my coconut oil. Oh, this is of course with the lye is already mixed in. I apologize. And then we'll just give this a little bit of a blend before adding in the lemongrass. So a lot of things have been going on, and just some tips I'd like to share with you all, if you don't mind just a moment. I'm sure you've heard enough tips to blow your minds lately. This is only in regard to COVID-19. As soapers, matter of fact, let me get my gloves on before we move further. As soapers, it's important for us to set a good example. After all, we're dealing with something that people are going to be using to clean their bodies, right? So it is important that we do take care in how we package and how we handle things. And I'm very happy to say that on paper or cardboard, that the virus cannot live longer than 24 hours. So keep that in mind when you're packaging, because on plastics, it can live up to several days. So yet another good reason to package in eco-friendly packaging, right? All right, so I'm going to give this just a whisk real quick, and then we'll add in the essential oil. Simplicity sometimes is just what the doctor ordered. Isn't that beautiful? If it's wrong to love pouring soap, I don't want to be right. That's a stolen phrase, isn't it? All right. Oh, it smells wonderful. Okay, I just like to make sure I get every little bit out. In these times of want, it's very hard to come by paper towels, that sort of thing. So it's even more important to do a good job of cleaning out your bowls and dishes, which is always good advice anyway, right? To try to conserve and not waste. All right, fantastic. So here it is. I'm just trying to get some of the air bubbles out that might be there. I see a few rising to the surface. So just by tapping the bottom and along the sides, we can make sure that we get all those little air bubbles out. All right, everyone, thank you so much. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so just need to get them out of the mold now. Always fun. And the reveal on these is not going to be too showy because, well, they're just one color, natural. Very nice. Coconut oil, coconut milk, and lemongrass. An all-time favorite, one I love to make, and one I hope you'll enjoy as well. So today, listening to the news, gosh, I know it can be a bit depressing, right, when we hear about what's happening to those poor people over in Italy and, well, elsewhere. You know, we've got people just here in the States that are having a rough time, and so far, at least I haven't heard from anyone of you that are sick because of this. I'm very happy about that. Very happy about that. I just hope you'll all remain healthy and okay. That's really important to all of us. And each of us here are important in our own way. I can't express that enough. This is something I was listening to on the television earlier. And they were talking about how some of the professional basketball players and some other people of means were getting their tests without problems, while the general public can hardly get a test, even if they are sick and think they need one. And that is upsetting for many different reasons. But most importantly, maybe this will help us to improve and treat everyone a bit more, a bit more democratically. And I don't mean that, I'm not speaking politically. I just mean that hopefully treating everyone a bit fairer, that you shouldn't hopefully be punished or go without medical care because of your paycheck. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I have a feeling that many of you may agree with that. And I'm not suggesting communism or any kind of, government takeovers. All I mean by it sounds like our government's taking over enough right now, but hopefully they're doing it for all the right reasons. What I'm just suggesting is that, and I am not political about these kind of things as a rule, certainly not on my channel, but there has to be some way that, do I believe that everyone should do for themselves as best they can? Yeah, that's sort of a credo I live by. But I also know that throughout my life, there were times when my own mother couldn't make do. That it was very difficult. She had to work 3 jobs, and you may say, well, that's how you do for yourself. That's how you take care. But it was at the sacrifice of, time she could have spent with me. And of course, there are those who would say, well, that's life, right? And it is life. I'm not suggesting that it's not. But maybe life could be something else. Maybe we could find a way as a country, while still remaining, non-communist or non-socialist, find a way to help more people. And I know that there are organizations out there, wonderful organizations, both secular and religious, that help people in this regard. And I think that's just wonderful that these kind of things exist. Without them, there are people who would really do without, wouldn't they? And people I know, maybe even some of you. I'm lucky, and I know that. I don't have children. I don't have anyone that I have to be responsible for, but that's not necessarily a good thing. I'm not proud of that. It's just the way things worked out. And I'm just talking way too much. I just worry. I see on the news these poor people that can't get tests and are getting sick and don't know. They're just scared, right? And so, they're doing the best they can to do what are we calling it? I can't think of the word now. But nonetheless, staying at home, yeah, that's a good thing. We're helping others, but it can be a little tough for some. And I know there are many of you, because you've told me in the comments that you don't mind being alone. I'm the same. I can handle being at home by myself. But the whole reason I started my YouTube channel was because I was lonely. It was right after my partner died that I started making recordings, talking to a machine, because at least it was something listening to me and kept me from slicing my wrists. And then I decided to do the soaping channel, the YouTube thing, and it got me well. It got me to a point where I'm okay being alone, but I'm glad I don't have to be anymore. I have you all. Is that the same as having someone right here? No, it isn't, and I'm not going to pretend that it is. But it is something different, that's all. And something different isn't always something bad, right? I'm very glad to have you all here. It means the world to me that you come here and spend time with me. And you could have been somewhere else. And you may be regretting that now. But I want to thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this making of the coconut milk, coconut oil, lemongrass cubes. I just love them. I think that they smell wonderful, they look great, and they're going to feel wonderful. Have a terrific day, everyone. I look forward to seeing you back very soon. Goodbye.